This is my last day in Marrakech. I guess you want to see the rest. So let's start at the beginning. No, even earlier. You're gonna see this later. I would have never expected that in Morocco. So I'm being now here in Rabat. Morocco is a great country, and safe, and fun to travel to. Learning different cultures and getting exposed to new ways of living is a rewarding side of traveling. It broadens your mindset. Before we start the journey, here are some general tips for you. What language do you think is spoken in Morocco? Well, probably more than you expected. Of course, the Arabic language, you find it everywhere. But then there's also French, due to the history of the country. So if you speak French, you're already a little better off than me. But there's also the Berber language with diverse dialects. So if you see those signs, that is the Berber alphabet. Pretty cool. One word on the money. The currency in Morocco is dirham. To get your money, there are ATMs everywhere and then cards are accepted. Especially when you go on a guided tour, which are usually sponsored, and you end up in a store where you can buy pottery or carpets or whatever. I think I do not have to mention it, but when you go shopping, bargain. When you pay with cash, be aware that often people say they do not have change. 100 bills are especially a little bit problematic. And one awkward thing, in the airport of Marrakech, all prices are in euro. You have probably seen many videos or photos where people drink tea in Morocco. It is also called the Moroccan Whiskey. Well, you will be drinking it so often that it becomes a daily routine. Also, you might not be a tea drinker like me. The mostly sweet or really sweet tea, mostly mint tea, is always a welcome drink and a pouring and exciting procedure. I was enjoying and always felt welcomed and respected. Lots to travel, lots to see. Let's start the journey. My journey starts in Casablanca. Over 5 million people call this their home. Casablanca is situated right at the Atlantic Ocean. And so is the Hassan II mosque. The minaret is 210 meters high and is the highest in the world. The mosque isn't that old, it has been finished in 1993. This is a must-see in Casablanca, and with a little entrance fee, even non-Muslim can get into this incredible mosque. After the guided tour, it was time to go to the Medina. The Medina seems to be not a very touristy place, but which is great, because I like those places. Another interesting thing to see is Habos, a city quarter in the south of Casablanca. Overall, Casablanca isn't, for me at least, not such an exciting town. It's just a big town with a lot of traffic, but seeing the mosque was well worth it. I'm being now here in Rabat, one of the 4 imperial cities, and this actually is one of those fortresses, those I think called Kashbas, and it reminds me a little bit of Mykonos actually. You have those small and white buildings, and you kind of get lost when you run around. No worries, not happening to me because I already walked around here. Oh no, I'm stuck again. Hopefully you don't get lost in the Kasbah and you can go still to another landmark of Rabat, the Hassam Tower, which is part of the unfinished mosque. By the way, since 1956, Rabat is the capital of Morocco. On the opposite side you find the mausoleum of Mohammed V, has been built 1972. It contains the tomb of the Moroccan king Hassan II and his sons. Also, Rabat has a Medina, where you can shop and bargain as much as you like. Getting ready for the next sightseeing spot. In the 18th century, Meknes became the next imperial city after Fez. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, the gate Bab Mazur, separates the Kasbah from the Medina. And in the Medina you can shop, like this pottery for example. It is time to eat a camel. Camel meat! We do what locals do. Buy the food in some store and bring it to a cook, and they make it ready for you.
Feel free to take pictures here, okay?
So the first one. Right.
There you go. Looks like the email address.
Oh, I was so hungry and it tasted so good.
It tastes like hamburger.
Yeah, it does.
With a full stomach, we continued our journey. Just outside of Meknes is Volubilis. The ruins of this Roman city are also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This country is more diverse than I thought. Next stop, Fez. This is Fez written in Neo-Tifina script, read from left to right, compared to Arabic, which is read from right to left. Fez was also an imperial city and has of course a royal palace. And this is the maze, also called the Medina. We have been told that even locals don't know every path in this Medina. And most streets don't allow cars because they wouldn't fit through. It doesn't get more narrow than this. This is a quarter where people live. Of course, there are also souks, or rather markets, where you can buy, for instance, nice pottery. And of course, fresh camel meat. Yes, I was a little bit surprised to see that as well, but at least you know it's fresh. When you see pictures from Fas, you probably have seen the tannery pictures. This is a great place for taking colorful pictures and also a great place for improving your skills in bargaining while shopping. By the way, I'm smelling these mint leaves because the tannery smells really weird. Another interesting place hidden in the Medina is the oldest university of the world. It is in Morocco and not Oxford. This is a Quran school hidden in the Medina. It shows again how beautiful Moroccan architecture is. The weather wasn't the perfect touristy weather, but the mule didn't care. Those tiny streets turned into little rivers. No one got lost in the Medina, so we all ended up having again a great meal. Today it's gonna be the camel ride. I packed my day pack and I hope the camel can take it because I packed a lot of it in there. Maybe it's a 2-day pack, but it's gonna be the highlight of the day, of the whole trip. We left Middled and had to cross the High Atlas Mountains. It was always amazing to see in the middle of nowhere those palmeries.
The Sahara is in the background, and I just bought one of those turbans. I have no idea how to put it on. It's amazing. It really is.
This camel has something with the hip because it's moving so much. It needs a hip replacement.
We arrived at the campsite and these are the tents for the night. But I'm not gonna sleep there, I'm gonna sleep outside and hopefully see the sky full of stars. It is a Moroccan tradition to get tea as a welcome drink. It was almost sunset. We were ready to climb up the dunes.
Good morning. This is how I look like when I wake up. I actually had a very good sleep because I had to sleep right under the sky. Sleep doesn't mean I had much sleep because there were cats and there were noises sometimes and snorings from the other guests. But that's okay, I really enjoyed it. It was really, really cool. And it was also cold a little bit. So that's why I'm wearing this hat now. But it was really a nice experience. I really enjoyed it. And now we are up on the dunes to enjoy the sunrise.
It was time to leave the Sahara and say goodbye to all our friends.
Bye!
Camel riding wasn't as comfortable as we all thought, so we were happy to go back to the hotel and have good breakfast. The Sahara was a great experience, but it will be not the last one. Yes, this is the name of this city, and it's actually not far away from Todra Gorge. Again, a beautiful panorama of a palmery. In the eastern part of the High Atlas Mountains you find Todra Gorge. These limestone canyons can be 400 meters high, and they're of course very attractive for climbers and for hikers as well.
This is a 4-hour hike. I really enjoyed it. It's beautiful.
Axel, don't get us lost.
I see a lady up there.
I don't know, she's going this way, so it's her fault if you're wrong.
It is not uncommon that mules will cross your way. It felt like we were walking on Mars. A Berber family living up in the mountains was already waiting for us to make us some tea. yes, this family really lives up there in the mountains. It's not a setup for tourists or anything. We really enjoyed their hospitality and we continued our journey through this beautiful scenery. The hike was really beautiful and it was time for lunch again, so we had soup, salad and Moroccan pizza. Usually people in Morocco don't show what they have, therefore this kasbah is a little bit different, because it shows its beauty on the outside. But Benhaddou, very close to this town, is even more impressive. This Berber village is situated at the former caravan route between the Sahara and Marrakech. Before we were able to get into the village, we had to cross the Asif Millah, a salty river which only carries water in winter and springtime. Almost every building is a perfect example of the Moroccan earth and clay architecture. However, there's one disadvantage in using clay. The weather causes damage to the building, and renovation is a continuous process. You get inspired by this wonderful cityscape, and so did Hollywood. Quite a lot of well-known Hollywood movies have been filmed here. Actually, this place was on my bucket list a very long time, and I'm happy that I finally saw it. We are on our way to Toubkal National Park. Our destination is this Berber village.
I would have never expected that in Morocco. Very nice.
Toubkal is not only the highest mountain of Morocco, but also of Northwest Africa. It is 4,167 meters high. Of course, our dinner was very Moroccan again, and we had a tagine. After a good night at the Jit, which is a family-run mountain home, we went on a hike again. Our destination was a rock painted in white. It's kind of a holy place and a mosque is attached. Of course, at our final destination, we enjoyed another mint tea. On our way back, we had a fascinating encounter with a goat herd. Goats not only climb rocks, but they can also climb on trees in Morocco. The stay in the mountains was really nice and relaxing. It was time to leave for our next destination, which was Essaouira. We are back at the Atlantic Ocean. This was once a town where hippies lived, and even Jimi Hendrix spent some time here. The Medina is very untypical for Morocco because it's not chaotic and all the streets are straight, so you don't get lost there. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. One more city to go, and that was, of course, Marrakech.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
We went through a palmery, went on dusty roads through the rocky desert. For about 470 dirham, we did the quad biking tour, about half an hour away from Marrakech. These buildings actually look like ruins, but they're Berber villages and people live there. We went by them and they greeted us, even we were very noisy. And then it happened. One of us had a little accident, but nothing bad happened, just a few scratches. And in this situation I screwed in my camera. Well, that happens. And we made several stops. One was at this beautiful location. The whole trip lasted about 2 hours. At the end it looked a little bit like it would start to rain, but it did not, at least not until we returned to Marrakech. My plan for today is to go to the heart of Marrakech, which is the main square Jemaa el Fna. Of course, there are many other places you have to visit in Marrakech. Outside the Medina you find the Jardin Majorelle. It was built 1923 and is now owned by Yves Saint Laurent. Right in the Medina there's a Palace Bahia. That is a must visit for every tourist in Marrakech. The entrance fees for this place is only 10 dirham. The Palais El Badi is a very nice hideaway from the very busy streets of Marrakech. Some of the main attractions were closed due to constructions. Therefore, I went to the Marrakech Museum and I wasn't disappointed. Also, the Medina Marrakech is a maze, so it's always recommended to have some kind of map with you. The secret garden is a little bit overpriced though, but very beautiful. If someone would have asked me how a marketplace in the Orient would look like, I would have said, well, like this. On a rooftop, I watched with other tourists who are actually already part of the attractions the craziness of this place. It was time to go to bed, because I had to catch my flight.